Okay, to Lucario.
Yeah.
So I have this guy. We were dating for 2.5 years.
Okay.
And he is still at school. I graduated already. So he's graduating this December.
Okay.
And so lately, not lately, like in the past year and a half, we've broken up like 5 times.
Okay. Wow.
Because he said that, you know, right? Don't laugh. Because he, you know, he feels like he's still in college.
Right.
And, you know, he wants to experience other things. But
Right.
then he comes back and he says, oh, you know, I love you. I still want to
Right.
be with you. You're the girl I want to marry.
Right.
Now, I just want to be, you know,
Right.
to
And
myself.
how old are you?
I'm 22.
And how old is he?
He's 22.
Okay. And so what's really happening here is most guys between the ages of about 18 to 30,
Yeah.
and sometimes even 40, they go through a thing called a player stage. You ever heard of that? So the player stage, see, she knows what's going on. So what happens is that's the stage. I was just talking to this other guy earlier. That's the stage where guys really want to have, you know, sex and go on a lot of dates with different women, even if they have a girlfriend that they love and they like, which is you know. But he's into you, so he doesn't want to like not be with you, but he still wants to, you know, do that stuff on the side, right? Right. So,
So what should she do?
What should
Right.
I do? Because like I love him to death.
Right.
Like I would wait for him
Right.
or whatever. But you know that's not the logical
right. No, that is the logical thing actually.
to just wait.
So she
If you,
should wait.
if you like him that much and y'all have that connection, and you say, hey, listen, you know, I feel like he's because at least he's you know, you know this about him, and the reason why you guys are breaking up all these times is because, you know, you probably don't like that. You're like, oh well, you know, you don't want that to happen. But what you don't want to happen is that you break up with him and he meets another girl. Another girl is like, hey, you know, I'm cool with you doing all of that. I just want to be with you. Let's make it happen. Guess what's gonna happen? He's not gonna be with you anymore. He's gonna be with the other girl.
But that means that he doesn't. That means that he doesn't like. He's not with it. Because if he really wanted me, then he would fight for me. You know.
No, but you're forgetting. Like I said, he's young.
But
He's
if he
in that
says
stage.
he loves me, then shouldn't he fight?
But
No,
he's not
because
ready for
that's what I'm saying. Like guys, we can love you and still like a guy could, like for example myself. You know, I have a fiance, right? And for years while I was with her, I said, hey, I love being with you, but I want to date her. I still want to have sex with other girls. I told her this, and I did this, and she stayed with me. And now we've been together for 7 years.
With you
Yes.
as a relationship.
Yes, and we've been together
Like
for
she was
But
your
wait,
girl,
but
but
Yes.
isn't that unfair
Yes.
to the girl though? Because why should the girl be committed and not be in another relationship?
No,
whereas
if she-
the guy
right.
can do whatever he wants.
Right, but that's up to you. Do you want to see other guys?
I mean,
No, but she doesn't want
I
to feel
don't-
lonely.
I
She
don't-
doesn't want to be put to the side where
Right.
she can't do anything.
Because I
and then
feel
he's doing
bad,
that.
honestly, like talking to somebody else when I know that that's the one I love.
Right.
And then like
Right.
the other guy is just like somebody that like.
Right, and if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But my point is that if you're talking, if you and him have to sit down and have a conversation, and you have to say, you know, you have to figure out what's important to you, but also he has to figure out what's important to him, and you have to see if y'all can make a compromise if this is in fact the guy you really, really want to be with. Because it's hard. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, it's hard for two people to find each other that actually like each other that much. To break up 5 times and still want to be with each other. You understand what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is just think about it. You two are very young. Trust me. You're 22. I'm 32. Okay, so you're young, and you got. But the thing is, you have to understand that he's also young, and most guys his age are right. They're not ready to just like be like, hey, I just want to be just with you. He might want to marry you one day, but you still have to honestly give him time to be at that level. The thing is that, you know, women are socialized in this society to feel that, hey, if he wants to like have sex with another girl, if he wants to hang out with some other girl, that means that he doesn't love you. But guys don't work that way. Our stuff we can separate. You can say, this is my woman, I want to be with her, and I might want to have sex with this girl for 7 minutes and then come back to you. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's just how it is. Right, but you can't. But all I'm saying, I know it's hard to hear. I know it's tough. It's like, I don't want him to do this.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that if you are comfortable enough to accept that he might be at that space, and you let him know, hey, I'm comfortable enough, you could say, hey, my girl, she was like, look, do what you gotta do, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want them coming back to me, whatever. Right? She wants to know. But
Is there something wrong with her? Like if she was to know, like if she was to be like, okay,
no, if you want to know,
know,
if you want to know, that's cool. But then the thing is, you can't
use it again.
Right, you can't be like, oh, that's because you was with that girl yesterday. You know, then that's gonna make things worse. You
So
see?
it's basically let him do you and you.
Right, and you have to accept him how he is now, or else it's not gonna
My
tell you.
last question. So, how long do you wait? How do you know whether they're playing games
Right.
with you or they're really serious? Like they're gonna
Right.
come back one day.
Right. Well, the thing is, the thing is it's right now, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's so true. You guys are young. So since you are young,
I'm not that
and he's
young.
no, no.
So what would you consider an age
Right.
where she's ready to find whether? Okay, because the thing with her
Right.
is that obviously she's my friend, right?
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Right.
best friend.
Right.
So the thing is with her is like, when does she know whether or not, okay,
Right.
I'm at that age where I do want to become engaged.
Right.
Obviously,
Want to
22
get married,
is a
right.
young age. But say, for example, she's 26
Right.
and she's still playing that game.
Right.
Is that, like,
Then
what
at that-
age,
right,
like,
at-
when does she know, okay,
Right.
he's playing games, that's it,
Right.
I need to move on. Like, so
Right.
how would she know, or like, when should she?
Right. The thing is, at a certain point, you have to say, again, what's more important? Do I want to get engaged, or do I want to be with this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might say I want to get engaged to this guy, but if he's still not ready, and you're 25, 26, and y'all been together, you have to make a decision. Is that something you have to ask yourself? Right. You gotta be honest with yourself, but also still, like I said, understand the information that this guy is at the stage right now. See, it's all about understanding. It's kind of like if a kid came and knocked down a lamp, you know, and let's say I'm like, why does this kid keep knocking down this lamp? Somebody might say, oh well, he has mental problems. So I might be like, okay, now I can forgive him for knocking down this lamp, even though it kind of pissed me off, because I know now he has this issue. So when you know that certain things are actually out there, that's.
No, because now you're relating it to like
No,
an
but when
issue.
you-
No, I'm not even
When
saying.
he knows
It's
It's
issue.
whether or not, once he's done with college, see where his life goes.
Right, it's an issue to you. This is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is that you have. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I'm telling you, it's not. I understand. It's not easy because when you learn these things about guys, but also note what you just told me. The fact that you guys broke up 5 times and he still wants to be with you shows me that he has feelings for you. Shows me that he cares. You know what I'm saying? But he's still fighting with the fact that, damn, I'm young, I'm in college. You know, I have this thing inside me that wants to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And actually, what's going to happen later is that if he sticks with you, he's most likely the type of dude that will be less likely to even cheat on you if y'all are in a relationship, because he's been there, done that. But if you say, hey, don't do this, just be with me, whatever, y'all get married 3 years from now, and then he's going to be sneaking out the house because he didn't get that time to get it out.
When
So
they
you
say
got-
that girls mature faster than guys.
Right.
You may be
She's
at
so
a stage,
it's okay,
you may be
it's
at a
okay.
stage where you want to commit,
I
but he's
don't.
at a
Right. But also if it comes to a point where you want to commit to a man and you want a man to commit to you, you know, you might, let's say you're 25, 26, you're like, I'm ready to get married, and he's still not there, and it's like, it's just really hard. You might need to say, I gotta find another guy who's at the same place as me. Like let's say right now, hypothetically, you wanted to get married and that's what you really want for your life, and you found another guy, he needs to be at that point where he wants to do it now. Usually guys like that, they're in their mid-30s. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay, so I have a question for you.
right.
Okay. So I'm a year old. Well, not a year old. I'm 23.
It's 23.
So the guy that I'm with is much older than, well, not much older, but he's 26.
26. Okay,
We've
still
been
single.
together, yeah. We've been together for 3 years. I absolutely love him. I already know that this is someone that I can see myself with.
Right.
I am more goal oriented than he is.
Okay.
Meaning I've already, you know, I got my degree, I got my bachelor's, I'm already going for my master's, whereas he does not have anything.
What is he trying to do with his life though?
It's undecided.
It's undecided.
Okay.
He has an idea, but he doesn't go for it.
Okay.
And I'm not saying, okay, so I guess what I want to know is that if I'm making an excuse for myself, because when I tell people, you know, like my parents, they ask, okay, is he in school?
Right.
And I tell them, like, he's not in school because, you know, they won't give him financial aid, and it's something he has to pay out of pocket.
Right.
It's not something that is his mindset. And he's told me plenty of times that school is not for him.
Right.
Which I understand. Like, I'm going for like social work, so I'm like one of the people where it's like, I understand like where you're coming from.
Right.
I tend to understand people's search.
Psychoanalyze.
Yeah,
Right.
I understand people's situation.
Right.
School is not for him. When it comes to change I don't force anything on anyone.
Right.
But I also don't want, because like you said, I'm 23, I'm still young.
Right.
What I fear is that 3-4 years from now, me and him are still going to be in the same situation. Yeah.
Right. Well, in his character, like, because you know him better than we do, but does in his character, does he display someone who's like a go-getter, like actually wants, like he just sits around and play video games? Like,
No,
how
he
is
doesn't. No, it's like he's in the middle. He
Right.
works,
Right.
but he's settled.
There's
Right.
no drive to
It's
go
not
further
drive to
in
go further.
Right.
You get me? So it's like he has a job.
Right.
He does something, but it's not like I want more.
Is he comfortable like that? Or does he express to you that he wants more, and he's just like
He
whatever?
does want more, but he fears
Okay.
getting more.
Right.
He fears, how can I say, rejection.
Right.
So he fears, you know, like, okay, so say for example, I gave him information, because like I said, I'm going for social work, so
Yeah.
currently like on my job, I like have a lot of like resources, things like that, so usually when I find some type of resource that I feel benefits him,
Right.
I will give it to him.
Right. And how does he react when you show that to him?
He'll accept it,
Right.
but most of the time he doesn't do it but I'm not the type that pushes anyone.
Right.
Because I feel like when you push someone, they're not doing it for themselves.
Right, exactly.
They're doing it more because they're feeling forced.
Right.
And I don't like forcing anyone.
Right. Right.
So it's like, I don't know, I'm in that stage where it's like, should I force him to become a better person that he is, or should I keep doing what I'm doing and see where he goes with that?
Right.
And can I say something that she's not saying?
Yes.
But she said unconsciously. She's getting a little bored.
No, I'm not
No,
bored, but I feel like me and him are in that stage where it's like we've been together for 3 years, so it's like,
monotone.
Right.
I'm
So
in
it's just
school,
like,
I'm working, he's working 2 jobs, so it's like we don't do the excitement that we used to do before, where it's
So-
like we would go out all the time.
Right.
Or,
So let me ask you. So besides his like work situation, or him, you know, I guess like doing other things, like as far as like you know, school or whatever, how is your relationship personally? Like, do you have a good time with him? Do you like talking to him? Like, how is that?
I do. I love him.
Right.
He's like my best friend.
Right.
We do have disagreements. I'm not gonna lie, me and him don't have like a perfect relationship. It's not like I'm madly in love and he's so
Right.
perfect. I know his flaws, he know mine.
Right.
So I would say like relationship-wise, we're like in an understanding of how I'm like more realistic with how our relationship is. I'm not like one of those where it's like my relationship is perfect.
Right. Right.
You know, like I know me and him argue, I know me and him have disagreements,
Right.
and I know what we need to work on, and he understands what we need to work on.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, like our age, he's older than I am, and I understand that like some guys tend to like mature slower,
Right.
you know. So I feel like me and him are like in the same like level as it comes to like commitment wise.
Right.
I don't want to like get married or as of now, because I don't think we're in that level, things
Right.
like that.
I think, you know what I think it is? I think that the fact that he you know, he's actually, like, he has a job. Yes, you say he has 2 jobs,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not like, because it would be different if he was just at home doing nothing and just chilling and not trying to do anything. So he does stuff, and like you said, he might have a fear of trying to, you know, do other things or whatever. So it's not like he doesn't want to make stuff happen, but sometimes people need time to figure out what they want to do.
And that's what,
You know what I'm saying?
okay, so that's what I feel like, and that's why I don't push it.
Right.
Because I do understand that people need time to, but I guess it's like the same question as her. Like,
Right.
when do you know?
Right.
Okay, like,
You know what it is? Everything boils down to understanding what's going on. Meaning, you understand that he might not know what he wants to do yet, or he needs more time to do it. And then also coupled with that, you got to understand that, but also understand how you're feeling at the time. So like I was saying to you, everything depends on you understanding what's going on and you understanding how you feel, because you have to at least know what's going on with him. Meaning, he might just not be at a space right now where he knows what he wants to do. Then you might say, well, I've been with him for all these years, and I understand that he's still searching, but I'm not comfortable with it. But you have to be honest with yourself and say, I'm not comfortable with it, with the understanding of that. Because if you don't know that, you might just say, oh well, he's just being lazy, or oh, my man doesn't love me because he wants to do a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to, like you're saying, how long does it take? It's just to the point where you feel like you need to move on to get what you need. That's really what it is.
So with that being said,
right.
how do you feel like a relationship will last? Like say you guys are married,
Right.
and one, like she would be making more money
Right.
than he would,
Right.
and like potentially he might be feeling some type of way because she is the main breadwinner and
Right.
he is not. Like
Right.
how is that gonna work out?
Well, the thing is, you know, if it's up to you as a woman to not push that in his face and make it seem like, well, you got to do what I say because I got the money. Like for example, my you know, with my girl, she was making more money than me, and she would bring the money home, and then I would do the budget. You know what I'm saying? For both of us.
So it would be like a team.
Right. So you do it as you guys are a team, not I'm running you and you're running me because you know what I'm saying? And then I think, but also like you said, the fact that you guys like each other, you know, and the fact that he's not really some just guy just chilling on the couch watching cartoons, you know what I mean? Like, there's potential for him to make things happen later. Because a lot of times people don't realize what they want to do till in their 30s or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you're together with him and he could do something really big and amazing, and you probably miss out on that because you're like, oh, well, right now, I need it now. Right, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying to you. You might miss out on the good guy who broke up with you 5 times and still wants to be with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you gotta.
Basically, the females got to ask now because we gotta wait.
Because you gotta wait for them to mature.
No. But it's not about even maturity. It's about understanding people are at different places at different times. It's kind of like, let's say if I just met you and I was like, yo, I need to have sex with you right now. I can't wait. That's what you have to be ready to want to do that right. So in order for this to work, same thing with him, same thing with your man. It's like they have to be at a space where they're ready to be able to make that type of thing. And I know it's hard. It's not like easy because you're like, why can't they just
be ready?
Right. But it's different. You know, it's a different thing. I always say this: men and women kind of want the same things at different times. You know, in most cases. So if you understand that, and you understand that you actually, it seems like you guys have good men. Most women don't. You know, so most women are single. So they have like, oh, my man's beating me, or he's, you know, doing drugs, or he's never comes home. Like, you know, most women would love you guys' issues. That's what I'm just saying.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm grateful for what I do have.
Right.
You know, sometimes, like you said, like.
Right. And
not that I question it, but sometimes, like, I like to, like, I'm the one that, like, I look into, well, I like to
look in the future, right?
Not that I can tell what's in the future, but I like to see what's expected or what may be ahead. So it's like, you know, usually when you don't know, it's like that's when you get that fear. Like, okay,
and another thing too, like again, like I said, I know it sounds cliche, but you guys are young, and the older you get, your perspectives are going to change about certain things. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to probably see certain things. It's like what I don't want to happen is you break up with your man, or you're like, oh, and then you go out here into this jungle. And you start seeing how you seeing how these other people are, and you're like, damn, I had it good, you know. And that's what usually happens, you know. So that's you know, just it's stuff. But again, just stuff that you gotta think about. How does this make me feel? Like later on, if it's something that you're continuing to do, and it's not something you really want, then you have to make that decision and say, hey, man, I love you, but you know, I'm gonna be honest. Like right now, I understand you're going through your thing. I understand you're doing this, but I want this and I need this, and then you got to own up to that and be you know, okay with what that means for you, you know, later on, right? So it's some tough decisions.
It's the same thing that we've been saying the whole time.
I still don't have an answer.
You got it. I told you.
She does have an answer.
She wants me to tell her that. She wants me to tell like, your man is crazy. He needs to just.
Yes, tell me that.
She wants it to be his.
No, right. I know. But it's just how it is.
It's not.
I wish I could tell you like the.
Time will tell.
I wish I could tell you the Steve Harvey stuff, but I can't. So I can't do it.
The information you gave me made me feel better. Like I felt like I was feeling that way, but then in a way, like I kept second guessing myself, and then what you gave me, I don't know, like made me feel like, okay, what I'm doing is correct, or like I do love him. He is someone that I would rather like wait for. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't know how to put it into words.
I got you.
No, you did a good job.
Yes,
you did a good job.
Thank you.